Look, there is no one reason for sure, and each person is uniquely individual. So for some people it might be fear, blah blah blah, who knows. When I look at this, I would say collectively it's because if we go through that process of change, we have to leave behind who we were, and that usually terrifies the bejesus out of people. Because what happens is we start to feel uncomfortable. Our foundation, our kind of like our stable datum dissolves, and we step into the unknown. And how cool are we with stepping into the unknown? Some people are really cool with it. They love it and they do it consistently. There's like boom, boom, boom. They're forever changing. Some of those people, they start something and they run over here and then run over there. Whereas for a majority of people, yeah, it's about that fear of fundamentally losing themselves.
I went back to the group and pulled this quote because this quote was amazing. I think I put it up yesterday, but it said, comfort is a drug. Once you get used to it, it becomes addicting. Give a weak person constant stimulation, good food, cheap entertainment, and they'll throw their ambitions out the window. The comfort zone is where dreams go to die.
Yeah, that's powerful. Hey, I
right.
love that.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this question is touching. I think it's my mother just passed from cancer 2 months ago. What do you think is the biggest regret of those who are dying? And then she said that her mother said, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, is what she said. And I mean, most people do just about everything in life thinking about what other people want them to do. They pick a job they think other people will be proud of them for. They drive a car to get envy from people. It's always about the other person. They do everything based on what they think other people will think about what they're doing. Cut out the middleman and forget about all that crap. The best line I ever heard was, at the end of your life, all those people you worried about impressing and all of that, it's just going to be you. And when somebody says to you, did you live a good life? All those people are gone and you have to answer for yourself, and none of that crap matters. So, I mean, that's so sad. For the last thing you say is, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself. Yeah. I mean, sad you've gone through your entire, and some people do. It's like a tunnel. You are born, you go through that tunnel and fall out the other side, and you never realize that you're in a little tiny tube that you could break open and be, they just never realize it. And, to go through your life, I mean, what do you think about that?
I'd like to answer that, Brent, just in regard to how I'm currently living now. So given this craziness of what's happening in the world, I'm now in Australia living with my mother, who's nearly 96 years old. And I've got to tell you guys, every day there is lessons. I feel so incredibly blessed to be able to spend this time with her. Certainly wasn't on my radar. As I said earlier in the video, this was my year. I was taking over America. Nope, I'm sitting in the hills in Australia living with my mum. Can you believe it? That's called surrender, I tell you. But it has been so powerful. And I watched my mum and have watched her as she's aged. And, she had illness earlier. And my gosh, she is living her life according to her plan. And I really believe God put her on this earth to be a matriarch, to be a mother to many. And so even just within the little community of where she lives, she's got all these, what I call adopted children, people who have lost their parents. So if mum's 96, you can imagine the age of some of her friends. Yeah. I think actually, yeah, all of her long-term friends have died. All of her family's passed. And years ago, she said it was really, it's tough, because you've got to start over again. You've got to keep making new friends. And I think this is really important. And I just watch her live that, and she's living on purpose. So I think, as you said before, Brent, it's about how can we actually go through life and have some sense of who we are and bring this fullness of life to it, and not, as this beautiful person shared, in regard to their mum, to have any regret in regard to not being all that we could actually be,